Oh, we are live. Live. All right. Now, let's talk about the latest developments, particularly in the United States. Consider this. Pag-usapan natin ito. Uh, Trump has been president-elect for 2 days. One, two, 2 days. And there are already significant developments in a period of 2 days since um, Trump got elected. 2 days. One, two. I'll read them to you. Where is it? Okay, you got it. Sorry for that delay. I'll read it to you. In a report posted by Liz Wheeler, these are the significant developments since Trump got elected 2 days ago. Excuse me. I'll just clear my throat. Good. Number one. Say number one. Stock market hits record high. Number two. Migrant caravan at the U.S. border dissolves. Did you hear it? Number three. Hamas calls for end to war. Nod your head. Number four. Bitcoin hits record high. Number five. Putin ready to end Ukraine war. Number six. Qatar Qatar kicks out Hamas leaders. See that? Next, um, European Union will buy U.S. gas, not Russian gas. Next, Putin will sell oil in U.S. dollars. No more attempt to destroy, dissolve, or disregard or ignore U.S. dollars. So U.S. dollars are riding high again. Zelensky phones Trump and Elon. Okay. New York City mayor ends vouchers for illegal immigrants. Nod your head. Mexico to stop immigrants at U.S. border. Nod your head. China wants to work peacefully with the U.S. The emphasis is on peacefully. Last, big U.S. company to move out of China. And those are the significant developments from 2 days ago since Trump got elected. Nod your head. Okay. So uh, I'll just mention in passing, uh, there are rumors, if not reports, that PBBM may not exactly be in the good favors of Trump, but those are rumors, nothing confirmed. But what is confirmed is this: Trump values the Phil Americans. That's true. Many Phil Americans voted for Trump. And also that Trump, being the smart fellow that he is, values the West Philippine Sea. And in pursuit of that line, Trump values the Philippines. Next, um, there is a report that Trump um, visits or will visit Inday Sara. Now, I don't have any confirmation of that report, but you recall that back in what, 2016 or thereabouts, Trump had a warm uh, a warm camaraderie with Rodrigo Duterte. In fact, Trump called him Rodrigo, first name. So they called each other first name. What could be closer than that? It is very apparent that Trump liked Duterte personally. There is something in the Duterte uh, psyche or um, persona that Trump really liked. This is not to say, however, that PBBM would necessarily be uh, out of the Trump favor. Remember that. Not necessarily. If Trump knows how to play the game that's going on in the South China Sea, the better line for him to take is to continue uh, what Biden has already started with PBBM. Continue the 9 bases in the Philippines, continue the EDCA, and uh, maybe tune up the Mutual Defense Treaty such that uh, there need not be any more congressional approval in the event that uh, um, the Philippines is attacked, right? And which means that uh, another law, legislation must be passed to that effect, even now, in the event to uh, to foresee the eventuality of such attack. Correct, correct. Now next, what else? Uh, it does not look really It does not look very nice to my mind. I don't know how you see it, all right? But as I said, in this blog, everybody is welcome. You may even contradict what I'm saying, all right? You may contradict my opinion. Your opinion is very welcome, right? But, some people who have tasted some degree of power may get so intoxicated with that power such that it may go out of hand, that anyone may be invited and invited what uh, guests to hearings in the congressional sessions would be threatened with contempt of court right away, right? It leaves a bitter taste in the mouth. Yes. And it gets to people are sensing there's some kind of intoxication. Now, that doesn't sound so good, right? Right. Uh, there are other ways of communicating and conveying certain points other than threatening somebody with contempt of court. Agree? You see, you agree. Correct, correct. And besides, the Senate already invited Duterte to their hearing. Now they're gonna prove that they're better off than the Senate. Yeah, maybe there'll be guys like Abante, Fernandez, Luistro, uh, Castro, and Manuel, who will figure in that discussion, right? Because it's been very clear that during the watch of Duterte, he had been such a constant champion against communism and the rise of the left, right? Right. And to some extent, visible extent, he has impacted the lives of rebels um, to the degree that many of them surrendered to the fold of the law. Because, well, to be fair, there had been some offers, juicy offers of scholarships for the members of family, uh, and assurance of a job or income, uh, plus an enticement of free housing, yes, and other things as well. So, really, uh, what you may say that what I if I recall correctly, something like uh, almost 200,000 surrendered to the law during the term of President Duterte. All right, now we move on to another thing. Uh, what? It looks like there is a shifting of sand, and which means in the area of politics, they say in politics there are no permanent enemies, right? Only permanent change, right? So in politics, you don't remain forever an enemy, nor you remain forever as a friend. Why? Look at that. Now it looks like Duterte and Lenny Camp are what? Obviously, uh, uh, if we read the reports right, are in friendly and more frequent conversations. Yes, well, of course that is a sign that um, things are warmer, and it doesn't look like there are any war clouds on the horizon. And in contrast, what started out as a a spirit of harmony, togetherness, and cooperation between Sara Duterte and PBBM in a rallying call of unity for the new Philippines, uh, there is now a widening gulf between the two, and they have drifted apart to such a point where it is very obvious no friendship tie has remained. So now there are even reports. I said they are not mine, and I have not validated them. And I'm not saying these are validated reports, but certainly these are reported by a blogger who is a responsible, intelligent blogger. I don't know whether he himself has validated the report, but the report is clear, and you can find it in the YouTube vlog, which said, in effect and in short, that Eric Celis, this indomitable, intelligent fighter for freedom and democracy, a former rebel himself, but now a true fighter for democracy and freedom in the real sense of the word, uh, let out the bird from the hat, which means he exposed something. And what did he expose? He said something to the effect that, uh, what did he say about, mhm, that PBBM, and of course his uh, subalterns, uh, are out to discredit Sara Duterte and the old man, former President Duterte, in the ICC, principally, and eventually in the eyes of the world. Now, uh, as to whether this is true or not, this remains to be seen. And uh, in all fairness, it requires validation. Now, uh, if we may speculate, it may be possible with the parting of ways of Sara Duterte and the PBBM camp, who by this time may probably, in all likelihood, you might even say 98% speculation, uh, are out to uh, support another candidate for the 2028 presidential elections. And it's not Sara Duterte. So, in line with that, you may find room to agree to the possibility, even likelihood, that the PBBM camp may be out to discredit Sara Duterte to such a point that she would probably look like a criminal, a law offender, an irresponsible person not worthy to be considered uh, as a candidate for president. Now, that is a political ploy, and it's very possible. Now, however, a warning is hereby sent. I'm not against Marcos, neither am I against Duterte. All right, let's be clear about that. I like Sara. I like her person. Uh, I like what I see. I like her record of service. I like what she has done in Davao City, right? And well, with Marcos, I can't say I like him. I can't say I dislike him. So this is not a matter of liking or disliking. But I do appreciate, I value what Marcos has done in being able to deter further Chinese incursions in the West Philippine Sea, as well as uh, um what uh, uh, clandestine efforts at invading the Philippines quietly, quietly, right? But if there is anyone, and there has been no one yet so far, except Marcos, who has been able to deter China's incursions and aggressiveness in the West Philippine Sea, as well as attempts or ploys to invade the Philippines. You know how? Because only PBBM has been able to forge an alliance among 26 countries of the world, including USA, France, Germany. Okay? You may count Italy, Spain, right? Japan, South Korea, yes, Australia, among others, right? And you may include Sweden, Germany, yes, England, not to count the other NATO countries, all right? And because of that alliance, uh, China is intelligent and smart enough, knowing that, not to further exacerbate the already boiling tensions in the West Philippine Sea because of the possibility that, incensed and pushed against the wall, the alliance might altogether, in concert, together as a whole, uh, swarm over China militarily, economically, and whatever else might be necessary to quell China's hegemonic ambitions in this part of the world. All right. Already, some Philippine allies are already uh, patrolling the West Philippine Sea. Four partners have been doing that of late, right? In a show of coordination, in a show of cooperation, in a show of unity, and in a show of ability to become interoperable in the event of war, and that could discourage any country from doing any monkey business. Correct? So that I appreciate with Marcos. Only he and he alone has been able to do this. All right. Now, however, uh, it must be said that uh, the whoever becomes Philippine president, and I'm not saying it should be Martin Romualdez. Uh, I don't know. Uh, in my estimation, opinion. This is an opinion, right? This is not a judgment of character or something or ability, but it's just an opinion. Uh, because of the ongoing geopolitical developments, which are becoming more uh, complicated. What with the Israel war going on in Gaza, yes, principally against Hamas, and then against the Houthis, uh, and then against the Hezbollahs. And you might say occurring in Yemen, Jordan, Lebanon, yes, and in Syria. Uh, this started out like a flicker, but now has become more like a conflagration in that part of the world. But already, uh, uh, also, in the face of all those events, the United States reacted because Iran is um, linked with the other uh, no, rebel terrorist groups in those countries, allegedly, reportedly, right? Now, in Europe, another development has surfaced, and that is the entry of North Korean troops. Something like 200,000 Korean troops have joined the Russian campaign in a bid to win the war in Ukraine. But late reports said that the Russian military has despised the Korean soldiers for not being able uh, to face the war like trained soldiers. That means uh, they are like neophytes, new in battles, which means they didn't know how to fight the way they were expected to fight. Right now, also, China has been quoted as saying or suggesting to North Korea to keep out of the Russia Ukraine war. For what reason, it is not yet stated, but I guess China is saying do not uh, exacerbate the war that is already boiling. It is not a winning strategy. I guess that's the main point of that. Now, uh, but what is good is that Russia has been quoted as saying that it is ready to engage the new president-elect Trump in a dialogue. Hmm, that's very nice. And I guess that kind of sends a friendly message. And if I were Trump, I'd take advantage of it, right? And China sent out a message to Putin and said that uh, uh, that uh, China was willing to work with the United States in a peaceful manner. So that, I guess, sort of keynotes uh, any dialogue between the two countries. There is no intent, in other words, uh, to become hostile against the United States or to continue any hostility, if at all, if anything like that exists, which is well. All right. Um, Now, also, things are brightening up for the United States, economically speaking, what with record high uh, attainment of the stock market, as well as the leaps in Bitcoin value of late, and also that uh, Biden and Trump would be meeting within a week at the Oval Office in the White House, of course. Now, with that, let's continue to pray, even knowing that prophecy, um, meaning biblical prophecy, uh, is unfolding like a script uh, by way of the circumstances that are occurring today. Now, um, but it has been reported lately also that uh, wildfires or forest fires have hit what, New Jersey, and another area. It's really wild. Uh, Now, but some quarters are speculating that uh, if an enemy cannot win war by invasion, it may win the war by way of conflagration, which is another way of saying those forest fires are not accidental or natural. They are set by uh, arsonists, foreign spies. Well, we don't know anything about that, but at this point, uh, we might say that let's read the Bible, um, focus your eyes on clear prophecies about what are supposed to happen. Uh, Read Matthew 24, okay, uh, Luke 22, yes, and also the book of Revelation, and you will see what are expected to happen in this our lifetime. And you will notice that things are going according to that script. But it does not preclude us from praying. We can still pray that the mercy of God might fall upon all of us in this hour of need. So, on that note, I pray that you will all be safe and will stay healthy and will be on your way to greater prosperity with the hand of God, His love, His mercy, and His grace being on you and on me and my family as well. On that note, I say good night. God bless you. Have a pleasant sleep. Join me again when I come back on another episode of Nani Lumba TV Live.